guys, it's Sophie from Flavourmag. I'm here backstage at the O2 with Jack and Jack.
Yes, hello.
How are you doing?
Hi guys, how are you?
Very good. How are you? You good?
I'm good, thank you. How are you enjoying London?
London is beautiful.
We love London.
Always good vibes in London.
Yeah, it's like our third time here and we're loving it.
I love it.
You guys have been friends for like many years.
Many years.
And you started on Vine, is that correct? Yeah. And whose idea was it to start Vine?
I mean,
kind
I
of
don't think it was even an idea.
Yeah.
Okay, so it was my Vine page at first that we started posting on, but I don't think we ever started with the intent to get all these followers. It was kind of us just messing around, seeing if we could make some kids laugh in our city, in our local area. And so that's kind of where it started, but then, the whole Revine feature came out, which allowed things to spread crazy fast. And, one of our friends' cousins saw it, and then her friends started seeing them. And then, we changed the name to Jack and Jack once we hit 1,000 followers, and then we just kept posting and it kept growing. And so I don't think it was really either of our ideas, but I guess it was my page at first.
Yeah, no, totally. Yeah.
So you could kind of take credit for it?
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
I mean, he was the one making the viral vines in the city beforehand. He was like, "Yo, jump in this one real quick. I just need an extra person."
And he was in 3 or 4 in a row.
Yeah.
And then
because
started catching buzz.
Yeah, we were just friends, and I was always with him. So it just
that's catchy. So
yeah.
I do find your Vines very funny.
Thank you.
Where did you get your inspiration from?
I would say just seeing other people on there that weren't traditional celebrities had these huge followings, there's people like Rudy Mancuso and King Batch and Marcus Johns, and of course these guys, aren't household names, but their Vine followings were
they were
in the 7 figures, and so we were like, yo, if these guys who aren't traditional celebrities can do it and gain these followings, why don't we take a crack at it? At a certain point, it got to that point where we have 1,000, 2,000 followers, and this could be a real thing, so then that kind of became our mindset. We're like, yo, let's be consistent, let's keep posting, and maybe one day we can catch up with those Vine legends,
Yeah, and we still have it because Batch and Rudy are still killing it.
You're friends with lots of other Viners and YouTubers. Mm-hmm. What really happens when you guys are together?
We're so lame when we're together.
Yeah, we're lame, man. I mean, we used to be vines, let's make some vines. And we'd have 6 vines ready to go at any day. We would just make 12 million. I don't even know how many. We make so many, but now we're just kind of lame. We're always trying to, I feel see the bigger picture, and we always talk about, what are you doing next month, or what are you doing to better your career? What are you doing? And that's just the business talks. But obviously, we're just friends when it comes down to it.
Yeah, we just playing sports with our friends. Hanging out, just watching, Netflix.
Yeah.
In the most least sexual way possible. And I mean, I don't know. We're just normal 19-year-old guys, and all our friends are teenagers too. So we're just doing the typical things that teenage guys would do.
Mm-hmm.
What's your favorite thing about touring?
My favorite thing about touring, I'd say.
I mean, we meet 150 fans a day.
Coming to new cities.
It's awesome.
Seeing the city, hopefully we have an off day in the city.
Yeah.
And then meeting the new faces, because there's a lot of cities that we go to over and over again, and we're like, hey, I know you, which is cool. We like that a lot because that shows that they're dedicated, they're still coming back. But coming to new cities and seeing brand new faces that we've never seen is just super cool, and I think touring the world really allows us to do that.
Yeah, and also when we meet new fans and when we meet people from 6,000 miles away from our own home, we give these other fans who kind of gave up on us early on because they were they're from Omaha, Nebraska, that's a 12-hour flight away, I'm never going to meet them, and I feel it kind of gives those ones hope, and it kind of brings back old fans.
Yeah, so awesome. It's even if we haven't gone anywhere near you yet, there's definitely going to be a point in time, in this year, the upcoming years, that it's going to happen. So.
Yeah.
What is your craziest fan encounter?
Craziest fan encounter? I mean, I don't know if I can pinpoint one. A lot of the times, there will be fans who knock on our hotel rooms and somehow find out our hotel rooms, and then we'll open the door and we'll be in our boxers, half naked, expecting it to be just a maid or a cleaning lady, and then not saying we're cool with the cleaning lady seeing us naked, but then it's just we're staring at a bunch of fans and they don't really know what to say, we don't really know what to say, what's up? This is our room, how's it going? And I don't know, that's kind of awkward sometimes.
I think that's the funny part is I think they knock with no intent at all. It's if it's them, I mean it's them, but if it's not, okay, but I feel they just don't have
know
anything
what to do after we open the door, and so
a lot of times
that's kind of funny sometimes. And then I would say, we got a show the other day. I know this happened to Jack on our US tour.
Oh yeah.
Where so there's a barrier that's in front of all the fans, and sometimes and during really high parts of our songs, we'll go up on the barrier and get our hands up in front of all the fans, and they're right here, they're touching us and stuff. And so at this show, it was our final song, Wildlife, in our set, and my shirt was off because I was just extremely hot, and I was like, okay, whatever, maybe they'll stream louder or some shit, even though I'm the skinniest dude on it. But so I run out there, and on the last chorus, I jump down to the ground and go up against the gate and start like getting everybody to go crazy, and then I feel like hands trying to go like in my pants, and I was like, all right, back off a little bit, and so I just kind of jumped back up on stage. But I know that happened to Jack once, and that's just kind of funny, you know? Like,
it's funny. It's kind of weird because it's like I mean, chances are these girls are not 18 yet, so like it's illegal what they're doing. But I mean, it's
all humor. You know? You never take anything seriously.
Nah.
So.
You've got a new album coming out in 2016.
Yes.
That's cool.
Can you tell us more about it?
Yeah, I mean,
it doesn't exist yet.
Doesn't exist at all.
Yes, but it is definitely a huge
concept
idea. It's a huge concept, and we have a lot of pieces that are going into it. But
and we still have a ways to go. 2015 was definitely an experimental year for Jack and Jack, I'd say. You know, just us making a ton of music. Pretty much the majority of it unreleased. You know, we put out an EP with 4 songs, but that's all we put out in 2016. And so the majority of the stuff we made in 2015 was kind of scrapped because it was us kind of trial and error, trying to figure out our sound and trying to figure out what the music we want to make is and how we can balance that with what our fans want, you know. And so I think we finally figured out the route we want to take, you know, the vibe we're going for with our music. And once we get back out to LA in January, I think January 1st is when we get back out, right at the turn of the year. That's when the whole process starts.
We got poured on.
And so we're gonna be writing leading up to that, but it's gonna be more of a, how do you explain it? It's gonna be not as try-hardish with our music. You know, a lot of our music, you know, we're trying to sometimes be something we're not and be like, you know, way cooler than we are. In reality, we're pretty lame and we're just, you know what I'm saying? And so I think this music is gonna be more genuine, just positive messages about, you know, love, happiness, equality, peace, all that good stuff. And it's gonna have some good island vibes, I'd say. You know, we grew up listening to reggae music in high school a lot, and reggae pop, you know, after Rude by Magic came out, we're like, yo, this is definitely a reggae track, a reggae pop track, you know, kind of hybrid, and it hit number one.
Yeah.
And so it's like, that's a sign that stuff can catch on, that stuff's catchy, and that's a genre that we're a really big fan of, and I think our fans are a really big fan of too. And so that's kind of the vibe we're going to be going for. Maybe some more electronic elements thrown in, some more electronic drums and basses. But
totally. And our buddy Sammy just kind of influenced us because he actually, I mean, he's already got his stuff done and ready to go, and he just was like, screw it, I'm doing what I want to do. And you know, way back when he's doing what he wanted to do while still catering to the fans that he has, you know? And so that's exactly kind of the vibe we're going to be going for, and I think we're really confident in this project coming up, so it's going to be awesome.
Are you excited for your co-headline tour with R5?
R5.
Yeah, it's going to be cool. I think it's only 4 or 5 dates, but it's going to be a good time.
Going down under for the first time.
Yeah.
It's going to be nice.
You're excited?
I'm excited.
Yeah?
I'm excited to, you know, maybe wrestle a kangaroo or something while we're down there. But no, those guys are awesome. They're like, we met them briefly in Pennsylvania at the show this summer, this past summer in 2015, and they're really nice. You know, we didn't really get a chance to talk to them too much, but I'm excited. They're good vibes all around. So it's gonna be fun.
Cool kids.
What music artist inspires you the most?
Music artist inspires me the most. Well,
Bono, man.
Bono.
I saw my very first concert ever, and I was like, wow.
Damn.
U2, yeah, it was U2, The Edge, Bono, I forget the bassist's name, and then of course the drummer who just kills it. But I mean, Bono was just, there were parts where he didn't even have an instrument, just like, you know, we go out there without an instrument, and he's just like killing it. Like his presence is so
big.
Yeah, it's like wow. He's just like wow. So like I would say that's gotta be my biggest inspiration.
Yeah, for me, at least rapping wise, Eminem was kind of like the first guy. Lose Yourself by Eminem was the first song I ever memorized. I think I was like 6 or 7 years old. And like I would steal my brother's iPod because my mom wouldn't let me listen to explicit music back then. I would steal my brother's iPod and put it in my earphones, and I would just sit in my room trying to memorize it. I remember it clear as day. And so he definitely like got me into, you know, just fast talking lyrics. And then I would say Lil Wayne was definitely another one of mine, just because of his punchlines and his creative lines that you're like, damn, that shit made me think. That like was a really creative line.
Yeah.
A nice metaphor. So I'd say those two are my biggest hip hop inspirations. And stage presence wise, I don't know, just anybody who turns on the stage makes it a party, you know?
Oh yeah.
Your tour next year, you're upgrading
A little bit, yeah.
So you're playing at O2 Islington? No.
O2
Today?
Yeah,
What's it? O2 Academy. No, wait, no.
You're playing
O2
at O2 Indigo at the O2.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's actually really big.
So many O2s.
I've been there before and it's really good.
Yeah, I think it's what, 2,500, 2,700?
Something near in the 3K mark. So it's awesome, and
we're stoked, and it's just cool, you know, coming from this venue, which is I think what
800, 850?
I don't even know,
Something
but
like
it's cool, you know, doubling that, tripling that, and just seeing that it's almost sold out already is just wild, because like London always shows so much love, and you know all the UK always shows so much love. So
but in general, I mean, just like the whole Europe tour taking a step up. I mean, at least 500 people in every venue. So And I mean, some of the biggest are jumping. I know Paris is like 2,700, which is
Wow,
already
yeah.
sold out.
We were doing 300.
And we were doing 300. So it's just huge, and it's awesome. And I can't wait to just step it up and get out in front of that
Exactly,
many
you know?
people.
It always feels like it's escalating, which is a great feeling.
Yeah.
So.
What do you miss most when you're on tour?
On tour, man, I would say just the homies back in LA, you know,
Yeah.
the friends and the good times we always have with them, you know.
And a lot of that, I mean, it comes with making music because we're always, I mean, there's this one place that we go and it has like 3 or 4 studios. So Sam and Nate are in one studio and me and Jack are in another studio. And then like, you know, every 30 minutes, or not that often, but like every 2 hours or whatever, we'll come out and we'll be like,
Just pop into the other person's studio.
yeah, and just like
How's it
catch
going?
a vibe in there. And it's just like, I love that. And that is so much
Yeah,
fun.
I'd say definitely making music too, because like on the road it's kind of tough. I mean, I have like my little MIDI keyboard, but
Yeah.
we can't really do too much except for just kind of write. We can't actually create necessarily,
Exactly.
and so I'm just excited to get back up there and just be able to make music again. I'm feeling like really withdrawals from that.
I know.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
And family. And my dog.
family too.
Just my dog.
Family.
I have some
I'm
fan
missing
questions.
Yeah, fan questions. Let's do it.
It's from Katie_XXO.
Katie, so
Um,
that's good, Katie.
Describe each other in one word.
One word.
That's tough.
One word. What is one word that
One word.
describes Galinsky as a whole?
Boom.
I would say, damn, one word that just completely describes you.
I would just say intelligent. He knows things. He knows things. Like, I mean, no matter what it's about, he knows. He knows.
Galinsky, I would say, it's tough.
Ooh, wait, I had another word for you, but I forgot what it was.
You only need one though, so it
I
doesn't
know, I know.
matter. you already wasted it. See, that's what I'm thinking. That's why I'm taking more time. I want to make sure it's the right one. Galinsky, I would say passionate, because you know once we really get into something and once we really get behind something, like I can tell when he's not catching a vibe or something, and he's just like, you know, he's chilling and he's just like not really feeling it, and like I can tell like when he's really passionate about something and when he's not, and that's just really obvious to me. So it's nice to see, like, I know once we like hit the right song, you know, I know once we hit the right like kind of start on a song, the right vibe, because Galinsky starts getting super into it, and like a lot of times, like when this last year I said trial and error in our music and just experimenting a lot, and like a lot of times, you know, both of us are just kind of chilling, we're not into it because we realize it's not really us. But then once I see the vibe kind of get caught, and then I just see Galinsky's
It's
eyes
like a
light
mutual
up,
thing.
and I hear the passion in his voice once he starts cutting the vocals, as opposed to the stuff that's not really us. And so I would say passionate for sure with kind of everything we're doing, not just music, but that's an example.
Bieber's Wilk asks One Direction or Justin Bieber?
Musically or just people? I mean,
Both, I guess.
okay, well, I've never met, I mean, I've briefly spoke to Niall at
Yeah, like we have like very, very like random encounters with the 1D boys, but not. I mean, Justin, we met a couple times.
Yeah, he's really
studio
nice.
times.
Like he's had heart-to-hearts with us and stuff, where he's like, because I mean, we're kind of in a position that he was in when he was starting out. You know what I'm saying? Kind of on the come up, and I mean, not obviously not on his scale,
Yeah, I mean,
but
like JB.
yeah, he's JB. But he's, you know, really given us some good advice, and he's really kind of, you know, inspired us. I'd say for sure, just by like his words. And so,
But I mean, you gotta respect. They both love what they do.
Yeah.
It seems like, and
Yeah,
you
it's
know,
just-
they're both the biggest in their lane. So
of course,
I
I think
think
it's
it's-
more, have a more personal connection with one as opposed to the other. So
Yeah.
that's the only thing I can really talk
But
about.
they're awesome.
But yeah, they're both killing it. Big ups to 1D and JB.
Yeah.
Keep doing your thing.
Teenage Harry Potter asks, can you give us your best British accent?
Our best
your
British
best
accent.
British accent.
Give us a phrase. What should we say in British accent?
What's British? I'm not sure.
What's British? Crumpets and tea. Yeah?
That's the most generic.
That's so like stereotypical.
Well, London is a grand time.
Grand
and
time indeed. Yeah.
One thing. Oh shit, this is bad. I need a
I
message.
like Eggo waffles.
I like Eggo waffles.
Wait, no,
and
take that
Danimals.
out.
There's no Danimals here in the UK. That's what I figured out.
There's no
That
Danimals.
hurt me, bro.
No Danimals. Sad day for the Jacks.
My favorite type of yogurt is raspberry flavored.
Raspberry.
I
Raspberry.
don't know. I'm trying. That's probably off.
We
You're-
suck.
You're probably all laughing at us.
We were born in Nebraska. It's tough. You know, if we were like in New York, I feel like we could catch on. I don't know why, but you know, I don't just forget it.
That's nice.
The last question is from Jax Bieber.
JB.
How does it feel to know that you have fans all over the world?
It's crazy because, man, I don't even know how to describe it because.
Yeah.
Okay. The first time we even figured out we had fans in real life that would come and see us in general, like we had our first event in Dallas, this MagCon event way back in 2013, and we saw that these fans from the U.S. out in Texas, which was like, you know, what, 500 miles away from us, from our hometown,
Yeah.
we saw that they would come out and support us, and there was a couple thousand of them, and it was all the guys, all the Vine guys, and they came out and supported us, and that really opened our eyes to the fact that we had fans in general. And then we started seeing tweets, you know, once this MagCon thing started catching
Brazil.
on more and more from Brazil and Spain and from the UK and all these countries, and that is when we kind of were like, yo, we gotta get over to these places. Like we gotta take advantage of the fact that social media, you know, can spread things like wildfire. It doesn't matter where you're at in the world. If you post something online, that can spread all around the world, every single country, every single city, instantly, within the 24-hour basis, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so,
it's crazy. Just like that little dress, the blue or gold dress. I mean, like, everybody in the world, if you ask them about that, they would know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
And so it's like, that was crazy because we realized how powerful social media was, and the fact that we're not just posting for our country, we're posting for the entire earth to see, you know? Once we started seeing these tweets and stuff, we're like, yo, we gotta get over here because the international support's outrageous, you know? International cities have honestly been selling out sometimes even quicker than our domestic cities, so that's crazy, you know? It's
insane. It's such a blessing, man, and it's definitely something that, like, I mean, I know we both had inspiration to become something, you know, that has a great message and influences a lot of people, but we never thought that it would go to a global, like,
of course,
thing. I mean,
yeah,
it's
you know,
crazy.
a lot of artists kind of are only big in their country or only big in their city, you know, they might be a local artist, but we're just grateful enough to have the opportunity to be all around the world and be international influencers, I suppose.
And that all goes back to social media, so thanks whoever started that.
Thanks, guys. That's it. Thank you. You've
Great
been
talking.
great.
Awesome,
Thank you.
thanks so much.
Thank
Great to
you.
meet you.
See you soon, alright?
Any pics? We